What's up everybody? My name is Vincent. Welcome to Cryptolution, where we talk about everything under the moon in the crypto universe. Today is Tuesday, January 7th. In today's video, we're going to be addressing the recent pullback that's happened for Dog Bitcoin, but not just Dog Bitcoin. It's Bitcoin itself and every other altcoin out there. Bitcoin has taken a slight dip, but we predicted that Dog Bitcoin was going to hit close to around a 600 million market cap. But I'm going to share with you data that's been shared by other outlets such as Messari and Best in Slot, predicting that 2025 is going to be very bullish for runes. You're going to see the volume, the record volume that we've seen in 2024, just to prove it compared to BRC20 tokens. Then you're going to see who's been accumulating. You'd be surprised how many people are accumulating, buying every single dip, because they know that the dog price has not been priced in. It's going to reach into the multi-billions of dollars once 2025 rolls out for runes adoption. And then at the very end of the video, I'm going to share with you charting analysis of what we could expect next. And then at the very end, I'm going to share with you when my interview with Leonidas is going to be released. So stick around to the very end to hear that announcement. So let's go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page and our X platform, and please be careful with any of the scammers down in the comments below. I will never reach out via WhatsApp, Telegram, direct message, or email, so please be careful and invest safely. So guys and girls, let's get right into it. So as I mentioned before, over the past 24 hours, we are down 13%, down to close to around $600 million, obviously due to Bitcoin. Now look at Bitcoin. It's down 5% over the past 24 hours. We were hovering over $103,000 per Bitcoin, dropped as low as $96,000. That's pretty significant. As you can see, when that happens to Bitcoin, every single altcoin, layer ones, gaming altcoins, everything you can think of, even AI and meme coins are going to go down. If you look at the meme coin sector, it's down significantly. A lot of them down 13%. We have some down 14%. So let's see where Dog is in this exact chart. It's only dropped one place, so it's still behind Peanut the squirrel. And even though it's down 13% over the past 7 days, it's still up 8.9%. So always zoom out and see the broader picture. Now let's look into the numbers, because believe it or not, Best in Slot just released this report today. It says that in 2024, now look at BRC20 tokens in 2024. Over the last 12 months in 2024, they had around $2.45 billion. So that's roughly around 23,000 Bitcoin, almost close to 24,000 Bitcoin. Now, the reason that's important is because BRC20 tokens have a majority of tier 1 centralized exchange listings such as Binance, Bybit. I mean, you name it, they have more exposure. But look at runes. Runes in general do not have a centralized tier 1 listing at all. This is all decentralized. So this is like the early stages of what's happening off centralized exchanges and what's happening on chain. So this to me is amazing to see this amount of volume within just 8 months, by the way, compared to BRC20 tokens. So you're seeing a ton of liquidity being absorbed out of BRC20 tokens and funneling into runes. This is very bullish. Even Messari made a latest 2025 trend forecast report saying that people's attention will most likely eventually turn to runes and inscriptions on Bitcoin. Magic Eden on Bitcoin has strengthened its support for inscriptions and rune transactions. We expect that if the Bitcoin ecosystem takes off, Magic Eden will be a well-deserved winner, and I absolutely think so. Now let's look into the mind share of Dog, because as of yesterday, and I like to thank Alina for reporting this on a day-to-day basis, is that right now you're seeing that Dog is the 4th ranked largest mind share out of all meme coins. To me, this just goes to show that not only is the army and customer base really strong, but the attention is not being taken away by all of these different testnet coins. Even Murad's SPX 6900 token, who people think has one of the largest mind shares, doesn't have that much mentions even on social media. That just goes to show that this is completely organic. Now let's look at the top 100 wallets, inflows and outflows. Shout out to Dog BTC always for showing up for reporting this. What I've noticed is that not only are we not seeing a lot of selling pressure and that the centralized exchanges tier 2s are still accumulating, check out these new wallets. Number 6375. 63 is a new wallet, 91 million tokens. Wallet number 75. 30 million tokens. These are new, ladies and gentlemen, and this is very common. But what you have noticed is that you're not seeing a ton of these whales selling their bags. In fact, they're only buying more or hodling because they know what's about to come. Now, let's look at the amount of unique buys. Look at this. We have a 20,000 purchase in one of these wallets, another one which is another 20,000, and it keeps going, 22,000, 20,000. This is crazy. Now this is all from one buyer. So you can see how these whales are dollar cost averaging, buying every single dip as much as possible. So let's look into the charting analysis. And would you believe it, we hit the support level at around 600 million market cap. We predicted this yesterday, and there was no promise that this was going to happen. But as I mentioned in yesterday's video, we possibly saw another head and shoulders pattern. Now, when you think of a head and shoulders pattern, that's usually bearish, meaning head and shoulders is not a pattern that you want to see in a chart. And when we first saw this head and shoulders pattern right here, which is these are the shoulders and this is the head, we thought that we were going to go into bear trend, but that was actually manipulation and a trick. And in fact, we saw a massive uprising of buying pressure, which sent us almost close to around $1 billion, when in fact only hit $999 million, which is an absolute joke, because we do have a double bottom, which is right over here. Now, this is the shoulder, this is the head, this is the shoulder. What's really important right now is that regardless of what happened to Bitcoin, yes, it was going to pull every other altcoin, but this hit an exact target at around 600 million. Now, could this go any lower? Well, the next support level, believe it or not, is here at around a 460 million market cap. Now, in order for it to get there, Bitcoin would really have to pull back, right? We would need to see not only Bitcoin pull back, but we would need to see a ton of whales liquidizing their positions. I'm talking about whales that own a ton of dog. But in order for that to happen, you have to have a lot of manipulation. So mainly these people that are manipulating the price, some of them even watch my videos and say, you know what, Vincent says this, maybe I should do the exact opposite. So because of that, I want to even share with the whales and manipulators, like, listen, if you're going to end up maybe placing bricks, or if you're going to try to sell and try to liquidize your position just so that your leverage trades will be really good, just know that a ton of retail is going to end up buying your position, and that can end up affecting you as a leverage trader. That can end up making you lose your positions, because what's going to happen is that there's going to be a short squeeze, and that long position is actually going to shoot us all the way up pretty quickly, and you're going to have to buy per bags and pay the longs. So just keep that in mind before you even place those positions. So if anything, I think this is more of a dollar cost average opportunity, which I mentioned before. Typically, no one buys when things are dipping, and if this dipped even lower, no one typically buys. But you know, whales are always going to buy, and sharks are always going to buy. So this is exactly what's happening. But it's still within our handle pattern within the cup and handle. But what I like seeing about this is look at this trend line, okay? So this is really promising. What I love about this green trend line is showing support that we're still forming higher lows. This is a higher low. This is a higher low. And the higher highs that we have is one higher high here, one right here, one right here, and one right here. So what we could expect is that we could form another higher high. Now, if you want to see a higher high, guess what? That higher high has to be higher than this high, if that makes any sense. So that means this price ends up having to be all the way up here to be considered a higher high. So that would be above $1 billion. I just want to remind everybody, if you look at the RSI, it's saying that we're taking another dip. Now, this is actually really good in my personal opinion, because we need to see another pullback, because if we have another pullback, that's another chance for us to slingshot back up to the upside, because we're getting too close to the very top. So we need that pullback. So notice that every time we have a pullback, we have another price and give us another leg up. Look at the MACD. It's telling us that maybe the buyer's market could end, but look at the histogram bands, right? This could actually still have the chance to go up, because it hasn't gone up yet. It hasn't flipped to the bullish buyer's market yet. And I just want to remind everybody, once we hit above $1 billion, that's it. We're going to stay above $1 billion. That's basically it. That's why you're seeing this dog token bounce off the $1 billion mark quite a bit. They know, the leverage traders know, the whales know, the manipulators know that once it goes above $1 billion, it's going to stay above $1 billion, and it's going to actually go higher. So keep that in mind. Place your positions. Make sure to study dog chart on a day-to-day basis. And we have to keep in mind that there's going to be a lot of volatility in the market until January 20th, because today is January 7th. Because on the 20th, this is when Trump's inauguration is going to happen. And we do know that Trump is very bullish on cryptocurrency, Bitcoin in general, within the US. And once that does happen, you're going to see a lot of manipulation with Bitcoin's price, which is ultimately going to affect everything else. So just place your positions correctly. Don't be shaken up by what you're seeing in the markets. Bitcoin is a store of value. There's only 21 million in supply, and it's going to continue to hold value as MicroStrategy, BlackRock, and all these other entities around the world are going to buy those bags of Bitcoin. And as a conclusion and statement, yesterday I had over an hour and a half interview with Leonidas. It was very juicy. I loved it. It was amazing to talk to him about everything that's happened to Dog in 2024 and what we could expect in 2025. But here's the thing that you've been waiting for. When is this episode coming out? And I'm going to tell you. Guess what? is coming out tomorrow. You're absolutely right. So it's going to come out tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So make sure to place that in your calendar. I'm going to be releasing this episode both on YouTube and on X simultaneously. So you can check it out on either platform, whatever you choose. So as you've seen in this video, there is a huge rune boom that's going to happen this cycle in 2025. It's a rune super cycle, regardless of what you think. I don't care about what people say around AI is going to be the new narrative. I don't care about people saying, oh, meme coins are dead or runes are dead. No, this is going to happen regardless, because what's great about memes is that memes have been around forever. Dogecoin is around forever. There's no AI meme coin that's going to flip Doge. There's no Murad token that's going to flip Doge. No offense to Murad, but to me, Dog is the one that's going to be the most backed coin ever to flip Dogecoin because it has Bitcoin to back it. So other than that, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Don't forget to tune in tomorrow for my interview with Leonidas. I hope you enjoy. And until then, go ahead and smash up that like button, subscribe to the channel. Don't forget to join our Patreon page to receive all of our alpha calls and trades regarding Dog Out of the Moon. Until then, see you guys girls next time.